getting ready for baseball under the roof in Houston. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago Cubs and the Houston Astros. Astros baseball starts right now. Colin McHugh is on the mound for Houston in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, hitters have a batting average against of close to 300 against him. So he's going to have to make some adjustments if he hopes to be successful.
Dexter Fowler heads for the box, ready to lead this one off today.
Off the afternoon for the Cubs, center fielder, number 24.
Now here's a ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. A solo home run there for Dexter Fowler. Number 11 for him on the season, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Boy, I've heard of a quick strike offense, but they don't come any quicker than this. One pitch into the ball game, and it's already 1-0.
Chris Bryant will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play.
Yeah, and he leads his ball club in hitting, so he's a guy that they really look to offensively.
Couldn't hold up on the curveball there as he went around for strike one. EK, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, Earl is a well-liked umpire all-around baseball by both pitchers and hitters. The reason for that, he's consistent, and his zone is kind of what you hope for.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
That's a good location for that cutter with 2 strikes. He's either got to take that and hope it's a ball, or he's got to foul that thing off.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Bases are empty here, nobody out. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. McHugh sets his sights. The 2-2 pitch. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Striding into the box, Anthony Rizzo, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Out in front of it, strike 1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Nobody out, runner on first. On the ground is short. This could be two. Gonzalez for one. On to first, and Rizzo's retired as well. A double play.
Well, that's just made to order right there. 2 hops to short, easy pivot, not a lot of heat at second base. That's just a pretty routine double play.
Now to the plate, Jorge Soler. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First delivery to him on the way. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. Just a touch outside. 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2-2.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cubs are on the board first thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up, and the Cubs have an early 1-0 lead. John Lackey, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, he's got an ERA of under 3.5, which is pretty decent for a starter. Pretty good chance that we'll see a good start from him here in this one.
George Springer comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Right fielder, George Springer.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. EK, one-year-old ball clubs. The Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And the thing about baseball is that each new day brings a new opportunity. So we'll see if these guys are up to the task here.
And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, same pitch, same result, and he's late on it again.
That misses. 1-2.
All right, so he sort of wasted one up right there. Now I think we'll see a breaking ball down in the zone, trying to get him to swing and miss.
And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out.
Well, this is kind of a tough trade-off here in that leadoff spot. For the most part, he's been a pretty productive hitter at the top of the lineup, but the strikeouts just keep mounting up. And I don't care if you have leadoff type speed. If you're not putting the ball in play, you're not getting on base.
Stepping in now, number 2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. The average for him at 267 on the year. 7 homers and 30 RBIs. Drilled on the ground is short. Throw to first gets him, and Lackey looks to be in control here. There are 2 away.
Batting third, designated hitter, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. It's quite possible the humidity has finally taken its toll on some of the fans. More of the show, Saturday Baseball, after this. Miguel Montero will stand in as he'll get a break from playing the field and be the DH here in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have here in an interleague ball game. You give him a little bit of a break from the field, but you still keep that big bat in the lineup.
McHugh gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
And no doubt about this one, it's in there. 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
If you're looking for a good way to add to a one-run lead, a leadoff walk never hurts. Let's see how they want to play this from here.
Number 40 will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. Here comes the first pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. A runner at first with no outs here. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Liner toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
And this is something they've worked on in the batting cage, taking some of the movement out of his swing. Much more compact now, and he's seeing some definite results.
Jason Hayward will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game.
Well, he hasn't played very well all season, and if you look at his last 10 games, he's only had 4 hits in those 10, so what's he doing to help?
Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike one. And he lays off for ball one. First and second here with nobody out. Hit hard to short. And that's through, a base hit. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. Javier Baez stands in for the first time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0.
And if he wants to turn things around, that's a pitch that he's going to need to start locating better.
None out, runners at first and second. That evens it up, 1-1. Who jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1-2.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, this pitch looked to be up. We'll get a look at it on pitch track. And, yep, you'll see it there. That thing's well above the letters. You're just playing right into the pitcher's hand when you chase a ball that high.
Here's Tommy La Stella now as he swings and hits this one foul off to the right and out of play. Ball one.
One strike.
Outside, 2-1.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And this one gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Yeah, and with 2 on and 1 out, you're just hoping you can get a double play ball to get yourself out of the inning. But now you've really got some work to do as he bounces this pitch, and that means both runners are going to move up.
High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Springer. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, nobody's going to confuse this guy with Miguel Cabrera or Chris Davis, but with the runner on third, he doesn't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just has to get one deep enough out there to deliver that run from third. That's nice going.
Dexter Fowler will get a second shot at it now. Remember, he led off the ball game with that home run to get this offense going.
It's great when he gets out there and get things going like he did. Really gets the rest of the team involved.
The cutter runs outside, ball one. Already 40 pitches now here in the first few innings.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, he's going to have to start pitching to contact a little bit more, or else he may not make it 5 innings.
Sliced hard on the ground. Gonzalez is up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Cubs 3 and the Astros nothing. Number 10 will stand in for the first time here. He's got that average up over 340 here entering play.
Well, when you look at what this guy's done so far, Matty, he leads this ball club in average. He's been a huge part of their offense so far this season.
First offering on its way. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0.
Well, you got to figure that this guy's going to come out here free and easy here in the second. He's got a 3-run cushion already. No reason not to come right after these guys.
First two pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Yeah, a little unlucky here to be behind 2-0. Those first couple of pitches haven't missed by a whole lot.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
And that questionable call on the previous pitch, it really changes the at-bat because he doesn't want to just lay one in there on 2-0. Now it's 3-0, and the tide is not working in his favor.
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Marwin Gonzalez gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this one.
The 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Nobody out, runner on first. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. A pause, and the 0-2. And he's rung up by Earl Hendricks. Strike 3 called on the corner, and there's one away.
You know, and I think most hitters will tell you, if you get a bad call on strike 1 or strike 2, you know, they can live with that. But if you're going to punch me out on strike 3, it better be a strike. If not, I feel like you're taking the bat out of my hands.
Colby Rasmus will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. In the dirt here. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, that's the obvious danger of trying to get a guy to fish at a curveball in the dirt. You'll see this one skip away, and now that'll take the double play situation right off the board. Could be a costly mistake.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike.
That's a foul.
One out and a runner on second base. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and there's your second out of the inning.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate. Look where it winds up. Completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Into the box, number 23. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Still plenty to be desired in terms of batting average, down in the 180s entering play. 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. 1-0 count. Here it is. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here. Looks like he's going to use it.
Here's the 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, if he's missing right here, he ain't missing by much. Not getting too many favors behind the plate.
Got to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0. And he takes ball 4. So now at least they're set up for the force at any base here with 2 away.
Yeah, and this has been the big concern with this guy over the last couple seasons. He's prone to getting hurt by the base on balls. Already, that's 2 walks here in the early going, and that's something that he's going to need to get a handle on pretty quick.
Jason Castro gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. And there's ball 1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A 2-out hit here would be nice, but a 2-out walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either.
Hard hit ball to second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And the run is in to score from second. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
And this is what you need if you're going to build a winning ball club. You've got to have those support guys down in the order, and he comes through with an important 2-out RBI.
Jake Marisnick steps in now. Looking to minimize the damage here. Hit down the third baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. Line toward the gap in left center. And that'll get down out there. The tag, and he is out at the plate on a great throw from the outfield. Astros plate 1 on a couple of hits. We'll go now to the top of the third. Cubs lead it 3-1. A beautiful day here in the Space City as we're all set for the start of the 3rd inning on the show. Chris Bryant is into the box as we are all set to begin the 3rd.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
McHugh's ready. Here's the first pitch. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. High and deep to right center field. Marisnick going back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. Solo shot to right center. Home run number 37 on the year. And the Cubs have taken a 4-1 lead.
Well, and now that's the second home run that he's allowed here in just 2+ innings of work. And no question, they've had his number here in the early going, and now they stretch the lead out even further.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. That last home run, officially 406 feet. Skied in the air to straightaway left. On the move is Rasmus, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. The throw into second, not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Now batting.
Wow. And how he managed with that swing to wind up with a double is beyond me. Hey, that's baseball.
In is Jorge Soler, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. A good job there to pick up his 16th double of the year. Set to deliver the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
Well, you're not going to get that call if you've been all over the place. Now, if I'm pitching, I want that call, but at this point, he hasn't earned it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And this one's up around the eyes. 2-1. You start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
To 2-2 now.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon.
Yeah, 3rd strikeout for him so far. This is a cut fastball. Very different movement from a 2-seamer, and he gets him to swing right through it.
Into the box now, Miguel Montero, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
That's not really a bad take that time. You've got a guy out there on the mound that's had his hands full already, so you've got to make him prove that he can find the zone.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a little blooper to center. Here comes Marisnick. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Well, he gets you out there, but he's not missing many bats right now. And guys are really putting together some good swings against him so far.
Number 40 stands in. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch is a cutter looked at. 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Two out here and a runner at second. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes.
That miss, that's a
The
ball.
next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
And now here 1-2. This is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
1-2. Here it comes. Late making contact on that swing, and we'll do it again on 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. We played 2.5. It's now 4-1 Chicago. George Springer digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Line towards center field. Fowler is right there, 1 down.
Almost any center fielder will tell you that this is the toughest play for them to make. The ball that's lined straight at him. It's hard to get a good read on whether you should go back, charge, or just hold your ground. But he's able to make this play without too much trouble.
Standing in now, number 2. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Two and 0. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
You figure he should get something good to hit here. They don't want to walk him and put him on for the heart of the order.
May have swung at ball 4 that time, and a little late to boot. Full count now. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Not a real good sign here. Already his 3rd walk of the ball game this early on. And that's a sign to me he may not have brought his A game to the ballpark. He's had to work awfully hard out there so far.
At the plate, Jose Altuve. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Now a bullet foul as the third base coach had to give it the old Olay that time. Throw over to first by Lackey, and a dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Taken high and deep to right. Back goes Hayward, still going back. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
Now batting, number 10.
Number 10 will bat here. No official at bat, but he's scored a run thus far.
Yeah, but he has found a way to contribute, and that's what really matters.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. In there, and he's in control 0-2 now.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. One left for Houston. They trail it 4-1. Jason Hayward is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. I tell you, I'm a fan of Houston as a city, but man alive, for a California kid like me, this place can be tough in the summer.
I'm on my third shirt already today and thinking about going for a fourth.
McHugh into his motion. Here he comes 0-1. And he misses with it 1-1.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Squared that one up just a little late. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. This is popped up. Castro has a play. 1 out.
That'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. Now, he's got to be thinking he let one get away there because, you know, that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Here's Javier Baez. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. Gotta say, they've done a pretty nice job laying off that tough changeup.
And I think you have to give some credit to that hitting coach. He's tried to tell him that pitch is not going to be a strike. You got to wait and make him bring something up in the zone.
High with the cut fastball, and he's behind 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
And another good hitter's count to work with here. They've been able to sit back and just really tee off on him.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 now. Seems like they're working very cautiously here. Is this a little too cautious?
Yeah, I mean, why are they giving this guy so much credit up there? He's someone that you got to come right after.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
4-1 our score as we play inning number 4. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
Yeah, and a 1-out single here gets him a base runner in the 4th as you can check out his line so far. You'd like for him to give you at least another inning or so, but with numbers like that, he might be on pretty thin ice already.
Stepping in, Tommy La Stella earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Now the Astros are going to get a left-hander up and cranking out in the bullpen. He's set. Here it comes. He's running towards second. Chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Rasmus has a read on it, and he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Dexter Fowler strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. First pitch of the at-bat. Big break to the curveball, but it misses down and in for ball 1. 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Right side. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Cubs 4 and the Astros 1. Leading off the inning, Marwin Gonzalez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Under this one is Soler, and he'll handle it for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder.
Dangerous count right there. 3-1. Dangerous pitch, too. He comes with the fastball, but he's going to live to tell about it as he gets him to loft an easy fly ball.
Stepping in now, Colby Rasmus. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
1-0.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0. Number 23 waits on deck. Here it comes on 3-0. Let it rip that time, 3-0, but the fastball's by him. 3-1.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
And he goes after ball 4 there as he swings and misses on the pitch in the dirt, and it's full 3-2.
And that looked like he went after ball 4. Maybe he's thinking that it's too close to take, but looked pretty obvious to me.
Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. He spoils another one, and will do it again. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
That's an easy take right there on the 3-2 pitch. Not all that inviting at all. You want to at least make the guy think about hacking up there. Instead, now he's on with 1 away.
Number 23 steps into the box. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
Well, not really how you want to start the next guy after a walk. That pitch isn't even close.
One 1-0 pitch on the way. And this pitch is hit rather sharply toward the third base coaching box. It's a foul ball. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Runner at first here, one man out. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two. Breaking ball, called third strike as that catches the zone for out number two.
And we're going to give you another look at that 2-2 pitch. Now, what I like about it is that he's been mixing in his curveball a little bit more here second time through the lineup, giving him just a little bit of a different wrinkle. And this one is a beauty.
Jason Castro, the catcher, is in as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. Two out with the man at first. Just missing here, 2-0.
2-0's the count.
Swing and a looper to left. And here's Soler to make the grab, and that will end the inning. Astros leave one, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Chris Bryant heads for the box to start off the fifth in this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, this start's been a real bear for him so far. You see the pitch count here to start the fifth. That has to be a concern.
Smoked on the ground left side. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. So he finds the hole into left to pick up his second base hit of the afternoon. And as we take a look at the Cubs leaders in that department, you can see he's right at the top leading this Chicago roster.
Yeah, this is nothing new, Matty. Another hit for him. And he's really the guy they depend on to keep the line moving. He's been their most consistent hitter so far.
Anthony Rizzo is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one.
Ooh, that is one of the best he's thrown this afternoon.
Fifth inning here in a 4-1 ball game. Cut fastball above the letters, a ball and a strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's gonna give this guy anything he can pull.
No offer at that one, and the count moves to 2-2 now on the Cub first baseman.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know, he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
McHugh pauses. 2-2 on its way home. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
This is just an excellent pitch right here. Location right at the bottom of the strike zone. And if you don't get him to swing through it, hopefully he's going to hit that ball on the ground somewhere, and you'll get ground ball outs. But they'll take that strikeout for out number 1.
Jorge Soler will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
This is not the first time today that he's chased out of the zone. That's why he's looking at a hat trick.
Too high. 1-2.
1-2.
Runners on first with 1 down. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now. Full count. 3-2.
Keep in mind now, the longer this at-bat goes, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning out there.
Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. High in the air out to center field. Marisnick is under it. 2 gone.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Miguel Montero.
Miguel Montero will stand in. He flew out his last time up. There's the first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball 1.
He wanted to go after that one, but that's a good eye to just watch it all the way in.
4 runs, 7 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Line to the right side. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The batter, number 40,
Dallas Keuchel is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep them in the game here.
Keuchel.
Number 40 digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get 1 pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
2 men are on with 2 men out. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Here it is. 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. Two down, runners at first and second. Hot shot on the ground is short. He's got it, and the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple, but they lead it 4-1. Jake Marisnick will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the fifth. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. And here's a fastball inside as the count moves to 2-0 now. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
And it goes without saying, but this has to be in the strike zone. You don't want him on base to start off the inning.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. And that misses, ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the fifth underway.
And he's saying, give me a break. And that pitch is right there. And I tell you, though, complaining like that is only going to squeeze that strike zone a little more.
George Springer will dig in now. He's struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line out. He just couldn't get it to fall for him.
And Lackey jumps ahead of him here with the fastball. Strike 1. Throw over to first by Lackey, and he'll get back in safely. A runner at first with no outs here. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that finds its way through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Yeah, a big hole on the right side of the infield. You see it there. With the first baseman holding, the second baseman at double play depth, there's a lot of real estate out there, and he just bounces it right through the opening.
Into the box, number 2, as he goes after the first pitch and lines one out toward right center. And that is down for extra bases, as this will get 1 home and maybe 2. The runner scores from second, and the run will score all the way from first. It's now a 4-3 ball game.
And this is a good sign that he might be ready to break out of this slump of his. I can almost guarantee you that he talked about this with his hitting coach. Take the ball the other way. Use the whole field. You can do that, good things will start happening.
So stepping in, Jose Altuve, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. On his way to pitch number 75. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
And now this is all about minimizing damage out there on the mound. He's got to regroup, and he's got to do it quick, or this game will get away from him.
Trying to hold the lead. That's inside. 2-0. Looks like he's not going to see anything here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They gave him 2 shots to see if he'd go out of the zone to try to chase, and after that, I'm thinking they should just put him on.
And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Ready with the 2-0. 3-0 now. Green light here on 3-0.
Yeah, I want my run producer swinging the bat. If it's my number 7 hitter, probably not.
No one out with a runner at second. And no doubt about this one, it's in there. 3-1.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. And he misses again. Ball 4. And his control is really letting him down now.
And it looks like these past couple of innings, he's trying to be a little too fine all of a sudden. Like he's not trusting his stuff well enough. That'll spell trouble if that continues.
Number 10 will step in. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
As a hitter here, you've got to make him get the ball up. You don't go swinging at pitches that are down in the zone and more likely to turn into double play balls.
Here comes the 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. And taken in out there for the first out. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Good job there at second base of doing the math in his head and figuring out he can make it up to third. So that puts runners on the corners now with only 1 away.
So striding in, Marwin Gonzalez, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch on its way. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Pitch out, nothing doing. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Fowler will make the play. Tagging is the runner from third. And the tying run will score on the sacrifice fly as it's now a 4-4 ball game.
That's a nice job there to get this ball airborne. He's able to get that ball out there deep enough to pick up their third run of the inning.
Colby Rasmus stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Here's the first pitch to him. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. 2-0 now. You see anything mechanically that leaps out at you about what might be going wrong?
I just kind of think he's overthinking things out there. You hear catchers talk about telling pitchers to trust their stuff, and I think right now he's just not trusting his stuff.
Swung on and hit deep to left center. So they're going back, and just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. And a relay to the plate, and they will tag him out at the plate. And that'll keep our ball game tied up as the inning is over. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. 5 innings complete, and we are tied 4-4. Jason Hayward makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
Right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Everything away here, and with pretty good reason.
Yeah, they'll say, left field, it's all yours. You want to beat us that way? Go ahead and do it.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Castro scoops it up. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Well, they really bunched him up on that 2-seam fastball right there. That's not a very confident swing either, and the result, just an easy ground ball.
Here's Javier Baez as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Swing and a ball hit fairly well, heading high and deep toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second, he'll try for third. And he is in there.
Both outfielders with a long run to try and get to this thing, but neither of them can get there as it's going to wind up one hopping the wall. That man decides he's going to turn it on and try and get to third. He'll do it easily.
Here's Tommy La Stella now. Swing and a liner, but a foul ball. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Any thought to bringing the infield in here with one away?
Still a little early in my book. A run you can live with. What you don't want to do is let this snowball into a big inning.
Keuchel pauses, ready with the 1-1 pitch. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that will fall as he comes through. It's a base hit. Oh, and he misses it. So some real problems out there that time as it'll wind up in E7. Dexter Fowler strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Looking to keep this a one-run game. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Chris Bryant will be next. That one's in there. 3-1. Grounder down the line at third. Reined in. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The batter, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the 3rd inning. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he gets a hold of this one as it's in the air to deep left. Does he have another one? He does. It's another home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His 2nd home run of the game, and it's now 7-4.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His 2nd home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one, so he's definitely locked in.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1.
And now, as a reliever, you've got to go out and give 100% and focus on the task at hand. You can't let the emotion enter into the equation, or it'll mess up your concentration and things will get even worse.
Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Cubs 7 and the Astros 4. Number 23 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one.
The Astros. First baseman, number 23.
Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball 1. And this one's on the inside corner. 1-1.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time he got the call.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. To short. Baez has it. And a rather easy first out.
Now batting, catcher, Jason Castro.
Jason Castro will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. One out, nobody on. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the 2nd out.
And here's a guy that needed a quick inning after giving up 3 runs the last time around. He's got the first 2 outs here. He's looking a lot more determined out there now.
At the plate, Jake Marisnick. He drew a walk his first time up. And this is fouled at the plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
Slapped hard the opposite way, and he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. More from the show, Saturday Baseball, following this message and a word from our local stations. Back here at Minute Maid Park in Houston. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Luke Gregerson is on his way into the ballgame now, as he'll be making his 50th appearance of the year.
Luke Gregerson.
Jorge Soler will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen, as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1.
That's his strength. He wants to try and come in and jam you, so you've got to be ready to try and turn on something.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0. High and away, not close. 3-0. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And a good take there, as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Well, it seems to me like you've at least got to make him go after something there. I mean, the bat never left his shoulder. That's making it way too easy for a guy leading off the inning.
Miguel Montero digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
And everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Chopped foul right at home plate. Now the 0-1. 1-1.
Yeah, he didn't seem to do him any favors with the previous batter, and now here's another call that goes against him on the mound.
Nobody out, runner on first. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Rasmus will get there as he makes the catch in foul territory for the first out.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Number 40 steps in now. Into the seats, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
One thing you've got to be aware of as a hitter is he's going to give you a bit of a variety up there. He's got 5 pitches, and he's going to use all of them.
Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound. And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm, and that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off, and from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue, so that at least is a good sign. Jason Hayward gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Here comes the 1-0. Now both runners are breaking. And this is foul tipped at the plate directly off the arm of the home plate umpire. And folks, there's no padding up there. That's going to hurt. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Ripped on the ground to first. To second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Boy, and this would have been a really costly double play, but fortunately he's hustling all the way down the line, and he's able to beat that throw on the back end.
Javier Baez gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Little chopper back to the mound. On to first, and the Cubs squander what looked like a good opportunity as that ends the inning. Cubs strand a couple. They hold a 7-4 lead.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher coming on now as we'll get a look at the side armor, Joe Smith.
Joe Smith.
Leading off the inning, George Springer. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone. So that's a good job just to lay off.
The 1-0 pitch. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all
2-1. Slider misses, and he's in danger of losing him here. 3-1.
Yep, they went right back to that same pitch on the outside corner, and that's a good job of laying off both times.
Sharply hit ball back up the middle, and this is going to scoot on through into center for a base hit leading off the inning.
They've let these guys keep hanging around and hanging around, not able to put them away. I tell you, this game, it's far from over. They're not going to go quietly.
Number 2 will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And prior to the first pitch, you'll look to first. Don't want to forget about him.
Just keeping an eye on him.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
All right, leadoff man on first. Here's where you got to start clawing your way back into this ball game. It's not too late, but it needs to start happening soon.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Not close. It's 2-0. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
And with that tying run on deck, he should get something good to hit right here, 3-1. If it's me, I'm looking for a fastball middle in.
Now a throw over, and he's back standing.
Keeping him close.
3-1 pitch is a slider, and he can't pull the trigger. It's 3-2 now.
Hard to believe he let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
A runner at first with no outs here. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
In a spot like this, where you have to have a base runner, you've got to make sure you're swinging at strikes. By rights, he should be on first right now because that was ball 4.
Jose Altuve stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. From the stretch. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. Bryant is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Well, that's a nice job at third of knowing exactly where he is in relation to his surroundings. And he's able to make the play on the move to record that out.
In now, number 10. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. One left for Houston. They're on the short end of a 7-4 score. Pat Neshek will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
37, Pat Neshek.
Leading off the inning, Tommy La Stella, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Tap fouled at home plate. The 0-1 on its way. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Yeah, with the bases empty, that's the right spot for that 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider.
Shot toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. Well, this has been a bullpen game for some time now, but let's go back and review the performances of the two starters, neither of whom turned in an outing to remember. Dexter Fowler will stand in to try it again as we take you back to the top of inning number 1. Here he was leading off the ball game as he got things off on the right foot with a solo home run. Into the windup and the pitch. Low for ball 1. One 0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed 1-1.
Oh, and he sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's just the same pitch 3 times in a row. I guess he figures, why mess with success when you get it to 1-2?
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Weak roller right side. Throw gets him 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant stands in again here with 2 home runs already to his name in this one.
And you know what, Matt? He's just made it look so easy out there. I think they've got to change their approach right here. Use some caution or something.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Tried to get the arms extended, but he couldn't. 1-1.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Drilled to first. Fielded cleanly. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 7 and the Astros 4. John Lester is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
John Lester.
Marwin Gonzalez will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ball game. Maybe something will change for him.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And a good pitch there as this ball sent out to straightaway central for Fowler. And he puts it away for the first out.
And as we showed you a moment ago, this guy enters play with an ERA right around 2.5. So he's been a big part of this bullpen, and he gets the first guy he faces right here.
Colby Rasmus will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. Lester into his motion. First pitch on the way. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Fastball called for strike 2.
And time's getting short here. You don't want to have to face that closer in the 9th inning needing 3 runs. They need to cut that gap down somehow.
Here it comes, 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Lifted the other way out to left center. Calling for it, Soler. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. Now, he's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
Number 23 will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0. Hit well on the ground to first. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. We've played 8 full. The Cubbies are in front 7-4. Striding in to start the 9th, Anthony Rizzo, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
2-0 count, and the pitch. And a sinker is over that time. It's back to 2-1. Hit hard, but right into the shift. Gonzalez is there. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, left fielder, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler Stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Shot towards second, but right to the second baseman, and that's the second out.
Well, that's a tough part of this game right here. You do everything right and get donuts. Absolutely nothing for it. You see, he goes with the pitch well, drives it the other way, but it's directly to the second baseman. He barely has to move.
Standing in now, Miguel Montero. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They hold a 7-4 lead. Leading off the inning, Jason Castro, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Winning pitcher in this one would be John Lackey should the lead hold up. And that one misses upstairs, 2-0.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
Is a fastball, not close. He's behind 3-0 now.
And this is a nice job so far out of that number 8 hole. Taking some pitches, trying to get on, leading off the inning.
And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
That probably should have been a strike, but 3-0, sometimes you don't get that call. He puts a man on here on the 4-pitch walk.
Here's Jake Marisnick. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. Nobody out, runner on first. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
Well, it's a huge difference between being 0-2 and 1-1 as a hitter, especially against a guy like this on the mound. So that's a good job to hold up on that pitch.
And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while. And when he does, you can forget it.
Lester sets. 1-2 on its way. In the dirt, and now let's see. And a wide throw here as it skips into center field. Fortunately, the center fielder's in the right spot.
It looked like a 2-strike curveball there. Behind the plate, you see him turn that glove over, go soft, try and make himself as large as he can, but this one manages to skip away, and it'll be a wild pitch.
A runner at second, nobody out. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full, 3-2. George Springer, who represents the potential tying run here, waits on deck. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Good battle. Count remains full. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at-bat.
Well, there's no question that the sinker away has always been this guy's bread and butter pitch. You can see where it is on show track, and you're just not going to get a better location than that pitch with 2 strikes.
George Springer comes forward now, and he's got to get on base any way he can with that possible tying run standing behind him in the on-deck circle.
Find a way to get it done. That's what it's all about right here. Give your guys a chance to make something big happen.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
The 1-0 delivery. Swung on and missed on a pitch at the thumbs. A ball and a strike. One and one. Here it comes. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. So a 2-run shot to left center, number 26 for him on the season, as it's now a 1-run game, 7-6 now.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but not to a guy like this.
Jake Arrieta will come on here hoping to get the final 2 outs and pick up the save.
Arrieta. The batter.
Stepping in now, number 2. As he'll take a changeup here for strike 1.
You know a guy throws hard when his changeup's at 89.
One out, nobody on. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Hayward over to his left. 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jose.
Aroldis Chapman is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 54, Aroldis Chapman.
Now at the plate, Jose Altuve. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. Two and 0.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Two out, nobody on. Wow, and Earl Hendricks is not doing him any favors behind the plate. 3-0 now.
And obviously a walk here would be a big no-no with 2 outs in the ninth. You cannot put that tying run on base.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
And boy, if there's one thing you don't want to do when you're an out away from sewing up the ball game, this is it. Now you put the tying run on base, so all it'll take is a ball in the gap to even this thing up.
Quick check on that tying run at first. And he just manages to get his hand in. And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Into the box now, number 10. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball 1. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
And a dive, but he's back in. There goes Altuve. A pitch out. The throw. The throw is low, and he can't make the pick.
And that's where speed can definitely change a ball game. He's able to get into second here with 2 away, so now it might just take a single to score that tying run.
Here it comes, 2-0. Still no thought of a challenge here as they'll run it to 3-0 now. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, taking all the way right there. You better be taking 3-0 after he walked the previous guy.
Three and 1. Here it is. Now here's a swing and a miss, and the Astros are down to their final strike now.
Yeah, pretty easy to get anxious there on a 3-1 count. That was a great time to call for the changeup.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little problem is that they wind up having to burn through the bullpen a little bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish off this victory.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 7-6. So long from Houston.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 7 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Astros, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher is John Lackey. His record is now 10-7. The save goes to Aroldis Chapman, his 34th. The loss goes to Dallas Keuchel. He falls to 9-13. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 38 minutes. A reminder that post-game Metro Light Rail trains can be picked up at Main Street Square, just 6 blocks from Minute Maid Park between Walker and Dallas.